that man. His form was changed. It was as though that lance was swallowing him whole. Upon that sight, it makes sense that your students were upset. I wonder if those relics truly hide such power. Yet even still, that power seems familiar. That form as well. As one who wields the sword of the Creator, does that mean you possess that power too?
Professor, you have returned. The goddess is indeed generous with her divine protection. I have already heard Gilbert's report about what happened. See to it that you keep what transpired at the tower to yourself. People would lose faith in the nobles should rumors spread of one using a relic and transforming into a monster. All regions of Fodland would fall into chaos. We must avoid that at all costs. Please ensure the students who accompanied you understand that as well. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, of course.
His transformation into a black beast was nothing short of divine punishment from the goddess. Punishment for someone arrogant and foolish enough to use a hero's relic even though they were unworthy and unqualified.
Will I share the same fate?
If someone without a crest were to wield the relic you possess, they would likely meet the same fate as Miklon. You, however, have been chosen. You are worthy of wielding the sword of the Creator, so there is no need to worry. The Church will formally return the lance to House Gautier, if you would. You have my gratitude. I can see that I was right to trust you with this. Please report back. I will tell you of your new mission for the coming moon at that time.
I assume the Archbishop was pleased with your performance. Did you return the Lance of Ruin? I keep thinking about what Gilbert told us. Yes, Miklon was discarded by his family because he was born without a crest. Eventually, he became a masterful thief and gathered enough ruffians to capture a fortress. Right or wrong, he was a gifted leader. He could have been a great asset to Fodlan. What a waste! It's true that a crest can increase your magical abilities and allow you to wield the full might of a hero's relic. But one cannot measure a leader's worth based solely on whether or not they bear a crest. There are plenty of talented people in this world without one.
I completely agree.
People believe crests are blessings from the goddess, that they're necessary to maintain order in Fodlan. But the people are wrong. Crests are to blame for this brutal, irrational world we live in. Their power is granted only to a select few, whom we elevate and allow to rule the world. Have you ever wondered if the only way to create a truly free world is to dispense with the goddess and the crests? Do that, and people will have no choice but to rise and fall by their own merits.
Lady Edelgard, I question whether you revealed too much to the Professor.
Perhaps I did.
It is true that our teacher possesses a rare talent. Even I cannot deny it. The ability to wield the sword of the Creator is concerning.
I've already explained this to you. My power alone is insufficient. That's why I'm borrowing power from those people. If our teacher can wield it in my stead, I believe that would be for the best.
It's a risk. A dangerous one. You leave me no choice but to take matters into my own hands. Please excuse me.
I can't hide from the truth. I can't do all that I must on my own. If all I can rely on is my own ambition, my path won't be easy. Is it so risky to reach out my hand? Father, I swear I will not stop until I succeed. My regret, my grief, my whole life, I've thrown it all away into the darkness.
Professor, you have done well to complete such a difficult task. You have shown exceptional skill in leading your students. I am forever grateful for the safe return of the hero's relic. Just as I expected, you have mastered the sword of the Creator. Now then, I shall tell you about your mission for the coming month.
Archbishop!
Seteth, what troubles you?
Flayn is missing. I cannot find her anywhere. Professor, have you seen Flayn recently?
I have not.
I have searched everywhere. Where could she be? She may be in danger. Oh no, 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 what am I to do?
Calm yourself, Seteth. Professor, we shall continue our discussion another time.
Part 1. White Clouds. Horsebow Moon. Rumors of a Reaper. As cold air begins to creep in from the north of Fargus, Fodlan welcomes the riches of fall. The women spend their days reaping the golden fields, gratefully embracing the bounty the goddess has once again provided. The men venture into the wilds with horsebows and empty sacks ready to be filled with game.
And we have our mission for this month. Hello everyone, I'm the Tuna Whale, and I'm here in another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. I guess we haven't gotten a mission, but it's foreshadowing our mission. We get somebody from the church, and we have a meeting.
As I believe you are already aware, Seteth's younger sister Flayn has gone missing. At present, all we know for certain is that she has not left Garreg Mach.
Flayn is not the type of person to just wander off on her own without telling me where she is going. We have searched the monastery thoroughly, but have found nothing. I am now mobilizing the knights to begin searching the town. Troubling rumors have been running rampant lately. I do not wish to consider the worst, but...
What is it that you're afraid of?
There are rumors of someone prowling the streets and attacking innocents night after night. The knights have investigated the matter. They have not discovered any remains, nor have they found any concrete evidence.
The people are panicked. They all insist someone called the Death Knight is coming to claim their souls with his blade. There is no way she could have escaped unscathed if she were captured by such a fiend. Where is she?
Seteth, recall that impatience begets error. Please do your best to calm yourself. I think of your sister as family as well. You know that. You have my support. We will devote ourselves fully, mind, body, and soul to recovering her. Professor, your mission for this month is to help find Flayn. The knights have the town covered, so I ask that you focus your efforts on searching the monastery again. We do not have time to waste. You have your orders.
Flayn has gone missing? Most unsettling.
It doesn't seem likely that she's simply gotten lost. I'll help in any way that I can.
So, our mission this month is to find her? Well then, let us hurry and locate her before anyone else.
I hope Flayn is okay. What would happen if... Just what would we do if... You can't think like that, Byrne. Seteth would have a heart attack if he heard you.
I've heard that she has a crest, but I suppose for this moment that is irrelevant.
We'll start by gathering information. Someone must have seen Flayn recently.
Right. If we work together, I'm certain we'll find her.
Here we are, the first week of the month, the first week of the month, and it's Petra's birthday today. Let's host a tea party considering that she's in our house. What would she like out of all of these? I'll just say mint leaf.
You have my thanks for giving me your spare time.
I don't think it's right, but yeah.
I have gratitude.
I'm relatively confident I know about Petra, because I mean, I've led the Black Eagle's house a few times, so I know about what she likes,
Delicious.
relatively.
What?
The view from the bridge, a place you'd like to visit, the existing crest. We know Petra isn't really interested in crests. I don't know if the view from the bridge is right, but I believe that a place you'd like to visit is right.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Wonderful. Next up,
Yes.
Dreamy Nights, working together, dinner invitations. I'm gonna say working together, considering that usually that's a pretty solid option to go with if neither of the other two seem like on the just hitting the nail on the head.
I am in agreement.
What?
Swimming in the ocean, shareable snacks, our first meeting. I'm gonna say our first meeting. If it's not that, it's likely swimming in the ocean, but no. Oh well. It's a nice tea party
I will
though.
be waiting happily for you to be inviting me again.
So there's that. Unfortunately, we don't get the nice little charm bonus, but it's not necessary. Like, especially considering that gambits usually have 1 or 2 uses, it's not vital for anything that you're doing here. Anyway, we have the map still up, and let's talk to Seteth.
Oh my. Just one small girl who's gone astray has caused all this. We cannot let this stand. You must do all you can to find out where she's gone. Now ask around to see what information you can find. Come now, no time to waste.
Of course. I believe one of these things around, one of the things around the monastery is, accepting, no, not, her quest. Yes, I believe it's a quest from Edelgard. That's basically to tell us to go around and ask, like, hey, do you know anything about why Flayn was kidnapped or where she is or
We
whatnot?
must begin our search for Flayn, Professor. If she ran off of her own free will, that's her business. But that may not be the case. For her sake, I suggest we assume that she was abducted and begin an investigation. Who benefits from kidnapping her? Let's gather all the information we can on anyone who's been acting strangely.
I
have
guess
a
I
favor to ask.
spoiled that Flayn was kidnapped, but from what we know, Flayn isn't the kind of person to be like, I'm gonna go outside the monastery and have a nice time, so yeah. But I'll try to be better about that, but yeah, I mean, at least it's nothing terribly big spoiler, story-wise as a spoiler.
Flayn's gone missing. Where could she be? If it were an ordinary kidnapping, you'd think there'd be a demand for ransom or something by now. I don't like the sound of this.
Yeah, it is a bit strange.
I bet Flayn ran away. She couldn't stand being held back by Seteth any longer. I can empathize. I know what it's like to have an overbearing big brother.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll learn more about Hilda once we learn more about the Golden Deer, but for now, that's something for later.
I have thoroughly surveyed the entire monastery, and yet I have not found a single trace of evidence that suggests Flayn was abducted. Perhaps we must seek out personal recounts rather than physical evidence. In any case, we must hurry before something terrible happens.
And then they get to Dew's thoughts.
I've heard the monastery is full of secret passages. If there is no sign of Flayn's departure, it is possible that she used one of those. Whatever has happened, I hope she is all right.
Of course, we all hope for that, because Flayn's a really nice girl. Like, she likes fishing, and she's oftentimes had us go over and catch some fish. We have something in the Golden Deer's house, a spotless bandage. I believe this belongs to Hilda, and we have Leonie here.
Where could Flayn have gone? Do you think she's really been kidnapped? I hear Tomas has been going around asking about her. But he's probably just worried like the rest of us. Though it wasn't just Flayn. He was asking about you and Captain Gerald, too.
Interesting, that's a bit strange. I don't think, yeah, we don't have anything for Leonie. We have Lorenz we can talk to.
If Flayn were taken hostage, I expect we would have received demands from the culprit by now. Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. Do you suppose she could have simply run away?
I don't think so.
What could it be then? What possible motive could there be to abduct her?
Well, a few come to mind, but none of them are really good, so I'm not going to say that lest Seteth murders me, because I even suggested such uncouth things. Here's Sylvain.
Ow! Ingrid just about slapped the teeth out of my head. All I did was suggest that Flayn might have eloped.
Is that a possibility?
I don't know. I was just suggesting things, and suddenly I was seeing stars and Ingrid was yelling at me.
I do like the little, like, kind of, relations in the Blue Lion's house, but, yeah, like, it is kind of funny if you, well, not funny, obviously it's not funny, well, terribly funny what Sylvain said, but I do like the reactions of Sylvain and everyone else.
A beautiful, delicate maiden vanishing into thin air? It is like something out of a book. If it were a book, we would have no need to worry. She would be rescued presently by a dashing nobleman. Do you have any idea as to where she might be? Where she might have wandered off to?
To the greenhouse for some flowers?
The greenhouse. I did not think of that. I will take a look around there later.
I'm sorry if like the game audio is being picked up on my mic. I'll be honest, it's my I'm recording this video later from the other ones. I'm also using a different way to capture the video because it looks sharper, but I guess I'll see that when I go to editing and when I put this video up.
I hope Flayn isn't going hungry. If someone really kidnapped her, I'll never forgive them. Now that I think about it, I saw Alois hanging out by the pond not too long ago. He was always getting into trouble for trying to talk to Flayn, you know? It's probably a crazy thought, but I'm starting to worry.
Interesting. Alright. Now Alois is on our suspect list. Here's Felix.
Ah, you're looking for Flayn's kidnapper. I can't say anything for sure, but I do have suspicions about Yuritsa. There's something about how he's handling his blade lately. It seems more impulsive than usual. It couldn't hurt to try speaking with him at least. At this hour, I think you'll find him sparring with Catherine at the training grounds.
Intriguing. We're just getting more and more We're getting more and more suspects for our list about who could have possibly kidnapped Flayn. We have some pond snail. Oh, not some pond snail. A pond snail right there. And let's go to the greenhouse to see if what we told Ferdinand was right. We have a little sparkly here, but no Flayn. We have some northern seeds, which is nice. Oh, we have 2 sparklies. But we have some other seeds. I'm gonna go pick up the flowers that we have. We got Rocky Burdock, which I believe is going to help bump up our strength if we use it on us. But it's only by 1 point instead of like, I believe it's called energy drops that bump it up by 2 points since there's that item for doing that. But yeah. You know what? I don't know the meta thing to do. Let's just use up some of the seeds that we have the most of. Can we cultivate it to get... Oh, we can. Cool. I don't mind spending 1,000 to basically get more predicted yield because, I mean, we have enough money now that we can afford to waste some of it for... Well, not necessarily waste, but use some of it for here. But over there is one of our suspects, Alois, and also a little shiny. We get an antique clasp. I wonder who that belongs to. And we have Alois.
Hey there, Professor. Did you want to talk? What? Me? Abduct Flayn? You can't really believe I did that.
I heard she was always yelling at you.
No, that's just because of my dumb jokes. She says that they're not very good. But if I went around kidnapping everyone who said that, the whole monastery would be empty.
I love Alois because of that. Just his reaction's like, I couldn't have kidnapped Flayn because if I kidnapped Flayn and anyone else who didn't like my jokes, the monastery would be empty. I just love Alois. Anyway, here we have the gatekeeper. Let's get his thoughts.
Greetings, Professor. Today, there is quite a bit to report. There is a masked individual who has been going into town every evening and not returning until the following morning. You see? Nothing gets past this guard. I doubt it has anything to do with Flayn's disappearance, but... well, better safe than sorry, I always say.
So we have the ghost of Garrick Mach past. And we have... let's get Shamir's thoughts on all of this.
What brings you here? I'm taking a break.
Interesting. We can try to recruit her to a class. Let's just see if we can.
You seem busy, Professor. I'm busy as well. Let's speak later.
So we can recruit some of the staff here at Garrick Mach, and all of them will basically require either story events to have passed to a certain level, or to a certain point, or you'll need to be of a certain level. I believe if you're leading the other houses, you can also try to recruit Catherine and maybe Cyril. I know you can recruit them later on, but again, they require your level to be a certain amount. Maybe off screen I'll be fixing up some of my items and changing around the equipment. Let's get the shiny first before I forget it. We get a silver necklace. We'll have to remember that for later. And let's talk to Ingrid, because remember, she talked to Sylvain earlier.
To think that Flayn would disappear like this. Seteth must be worried sick. I haven't much to go off of, and perhaps it's out of line for me to feel so uncomfortable. But something has been bothering me for a while about Gilbert. I feel as though I've met him somewhere before. I also noticed him staring intently at Annette once.
from one armored staff member to another.
Maybe.
When we see Gilbert next, we'll have to ask him about that. Let's talk to Caspar and get his thoughts.
I don't know if she ran off or got kidnapped or what. I just know that Flayn's in trouble. That's it. I can't keep sitting around. I gotta go find her. Now, where do I start?
We'll go together when the time comes. Up here is someone else, Linhart. Perhaps he has a motive for why Flayn was taken.
Flayn? No, I haven't seen her. She's been abducted. Oh, you're looking for her. Sorry, my mind was somewhere else. I just recently learned she has a crest. Did you know that, Professor? If it was a particularly rare crest, I could imagine Professor Hanneman would have quite an intense interest in her. Oh, no, I'm not accusing Professor Hanneman of abducting Flayn.
God, what's next? Now we're gonna be like, well, maybe Manuela kidnapped Flayn because she was jealous or something. Seriously, all the staff members are gonna be guilty at some point. But anyway, the man himself is here, Hanneman. Let us interrogate him for some answers.
Young Flayn's disappearance is most troubling. What? Who would suspect me? You know what? I'll tell you who. A fool, that's who.
Is her crest rare enough to justify kidnapping her?
Flayn's crest, the major crest of Seteth, is rare, but there are others who possess it.
Interesting. Here we have a little thing that we can talk to. Let's see what happens. Beyond here is where the knights reside. And we have Hubert looking at it directly.
If Flayn has been taken hostage, then we know she is alive. At least for now. There would be no point to abducting her if simple murder was the objective. That's only logical, Professor.
Very fair point. We have some more shinies over here. We have some seeds and we have some blowfly. It's just a bait that you can use to capture rare fish. And over here we have someone else. Who could it be? Oh, it's Linhart.
Flayn?
Does he have nothing else? No. Like, oh, right. We can give him the thing that Rhea gave to us, like last month. I'm not gonna do that because he has full motivation. Here we have Mercedes, so let's talk to her.
Do you really think Flayn was kidnapped?
There must be another explanation.
Do you think she ran off on her own? That doesn't put me any more at ease.
I mean, I think it's much better for someone that just was left on their own rather than being kidnapped. Does Petra have anything to say?
Flayn was child-napped. That is what you are thinking? And the villain is inside our monastery? I must have admittance. One person has been catching my eye. Shamir is a knight not like other knights. Her movements are being reminders of... No. They remind me of warriors of Brigid. Before she was here, what was she getting up to?
First, let's talk to Dorothea, and then we'll go back and talk to, Shamir, and let's hear her defense.
Hey, Professor, have you seen Manuela? I saw her running off somewhere in a terrible hurry. I wonder if it has anything to do with Flayn's disappearance. Do you know, Professor?
You're on first name terms with Manuela?
Oh, yes. Didn't you know? She was the senior diva in our opera company.
Interesting. Well, at least she's like, well, Manuela's a bit weird, but not like accusing Manuela like everyone else is accusing all the other staff members of Garrett Mock.
Oh? What brings you here? I'm taking a break. Is this about Flayn? You find me suspicious.
You're not from Fod.
True. Your point being? I understand that I don't fit in among the Knights of Seiros, but that hardly links me to Flayn's disappearance.
Alright. I mean, that isn't as definitive as it couldn't have been me because of this, like Alois, but I mean, I guess it wouldn't be her, because if it was her, she's at least smart enough that if she had kidnapped Flayn, she would have just ran away. Oh, it's in this hallway instead. Ooh, Ignatz.
I've only ever spoken to Flayn a handful of times. She always seems so naive about the ways of the world. I'm worried about her.
You think she'd be so easily deceived?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I just hope she comes home safe.
We all do, buddy. Over here, there's a few people we can talk to. Some people in the Knight's Hall. There's Cyril over here. We get an owl's feather. Nice.
I can't believe Flayn just disappeared. I don't like it one little bit. Oh, are you here to see someone? Alois and Shamir and all the knights are gonna head into town soon.
interesting. Can we decide to... No, we can't even decide to end the... If we're like, you know what, I give up. I guess Flayn's gonna be gone, never to be seen again. I believe we have to finish up the main quest before we can do that.
There have been a lot of rumors swirling around lately about a Death Knight who kidnaps people from the nearby town. You don't think Flayn was... you know... do you?
I don't believe so.
Whether the rumors are true or not, I just hope our Flayn is safe.
Let us go up here. We see that there's someone else who has some notes for us, so let's talk to them. It is Tomas.
What is it? Is something the matter? I see. So, Flayn has gone missing. I will do what I can to support the search. It seems that you are a bit suspicious of me. Might I ask your reasons?
Why are you asking about Flayn?
I was away from the monastery for a few years, but do not forget. I have spent more than 4 decades in total working here at Garrick Monastery. Yet it was not until recently that I learned that Seteth has a sister. It is only natural to be curious, don't you think? I assure you, there is nothing more to it than that.
Alright. Can we get the option of like... Ah, we can. Why are you asking about my father?
It has been 2 decades since I last knew Gerald, yet he looks nearly identical to my memory of him. It is only natural to be curious, don't you think? I assure you, there is nothing more to it than that.
That's fair. I mean, if the last time you saw someone was 20 years ago and they still look exactly the same, that is pretty weird if you think about it. Anyway, let us go over to the Knight's Hall and talk to Catherine about where Yuritsa could be.
Did you hear about Flayn? It's just one thing after another this year, I swear. Some of the lower-ranked knights are searching for her in the town. If they find anything, I'll know. What? Yuritsa? Come to think of it, I haven't seen him today. What would make you suspect him?
That mask he wears is suspicious.
I see. Well, I'll let the knights know.
Also the fact that he's going out every... Can we take the other option?
What would make you suspect
I heard
him?
he goes out every night.
I see. Well, I'll let the knights know.
Because that's a more reason to be suspicious about someone rather than they have a mask. Anyway, we have an axe tournament. Let's get our mind off of it by being a fantastic professor and sending Edelgard off to fight some people in an arena. And I believe Edelgard's better suited to this than Caspar because she has much better defenses. You can see she still doubles things. She also has more strength, and Caspar hasn't been leveled basically well. Yep.
Now you know your limits.
Caspar might be a bit faster, but I'd rather have Edelgard's a bit more defense. So you can see she's still doubling things, no problem.
Witness my power.
Round 3 now. Can she avoid this attack again? Let's see. No? Oh well, it's fine. There's only 2 more rounds left and we have 2 heals, so let's just use 1 heal up now. And then 1 heal before the finals. Oh, that's 30 damage. That's not good. I mean, it would be more to Caspar, but still. Yep. Again, no, Edelgard can be healed to full by me using my last 20 hit point heal. 17, that's not great, but she can kill them with, if she hits both her strikes. There we go.
How was that?
And we get a Steel Axe Plus and 500 gold for being a responsible professor. I think what I'm gonna do is go down to the dining hall and get a meal with some of my students because some of their motivations I believe aren't perfectly high. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna have Edelgard and Dorothea have a meal because even though they're only gonna get 50, the other students who'd get 100 just don't
And I
have
think of the past. It
already
makes me
have full
grateful for
motivation.
things like having a nice, relaxing meal.
I don't like being hit on during a meal. So it's nice to be with you.
Oh, they get 75 motivation. Nice. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Because I want to... Oh, we can talk to Bernadetta. But what I'm going to do is, probably off screen after this episode, use up my last points, for the Steam House. I forget what it's called. And then I'm also going to, top off the motivation of, Dorothea and Edelgard.
Please, not in here! I guess I have to let you in to prove it, don't I?
Impossible! We can go into not Dorothea, Bernadetta's room, and we can talk to her as well.
There. See? No one's in Bernie's room but Bernie. Maybe Flayn just wanted to be alone for a while. Have you considered that? Come to think of it, where is her room anyway?
I guess that's a good question. But also, considering that we know that Seteth is her brother and Seteth is ridiculously strict, I don't really blame her for wanting to leave. Over here, let us go to the counselor. We have some notes here. The tea here does absolutely nothing for me. I could send for some supplies at home, but there's truly not a soul in this place in this place with tea fit for a noble. Ask Felix for some tea leaves. Lorenzo would be a good source. Casper might know where to find a few. If you remember, we had a quest from Ferdinand to give some tea leaves to Lorenz, so he's the right answer here. We also know that Caspar is a bit, not arrogant, that's not the right word, a bit hot-headed, and Felix just cares about battles, so neither of them are terribly interested with tea. I am occasionally asked to attend tea parties, but in truth, I do not care for hot beverages. I've considered waiting until the drink cools, but I fear it would seem rude. You should train yourself to enjoy hot beverages, just let it cool, it's fine. You should just be honest with your host. I think it's one of these two here. Well, no, you should just be honest with your host. Oh wow, that was right. I was expecting to be wrong. And then finally, the library is a place I favor, but I'm having a problem. It is lacking in sufficient information about Bridget. I have hoping that they be fixing this problem. You should add to the Traveler's Journal. Make an amendment in the Register of Empire Nobles. Add a footnote to the Tome of Sir. I believe you should add to the journaler's notes, because the other ones are kind of like a, hey, this is about like Bridget, but if you put in the Imperial book concerning the Civil War, that's not great. And putting it as a footnote definitely isn't great.
Dear Goddess, hear my prayer. Please watch over Flayn. Please protect her.
We have a quest, Arbiter for a horse. We find some medicinal herbs for Marianne, so let's do that. I'm not going to be talking to the people who are just randoms, because though they have some interesting things, again, I have to make sure these videos are at least somewhat short, and if I talk to all of them, it would add an extra like 5 to 10 minutes onto the video, and yeah.
Perhaps.
That's right.
Professor, have you still not found any leads regarding Flayn's whereabouts? I have looked everywhere. Not even the knights on guard have seen anything of note.
We will find her together.
Yes. Let us work together. It reassures me to have you by my side. May the goddess protect dear Flayn until she returns to us.
I mean, she has to. And again, this is the month that it came to me that, oh yeah, I guess Rhea is outside of the audience hall, I believe it's called. I don't remember the exact name, but we also have up here some people who we should talk to. We have Gilbert, who Ingrid was a bit suspicious of. So let's go down here. Also, we have Gerald, and let's talk to him, because he has a suspicion.
Because of Flayn's disappearance, all of the knights are searching non-stop. But we haven't found a single lead. Seteth's face is getting paler by the minute. It's hard to watch. What's that? You're looking for Manuela? Well, I did pass by her earlier. She was carrying something. A mask of some sort.
Flayn's mask. No, it's obviously Yuritsa wears a mask, and we know that Flayn doesn't.
I'm not close to the guy, so I can't say for sure. But come to think of it, you could be right.
So we have someone who's slowly coming forth. We should find Yuritsa and at least get his thoughts about people accusing him of this. Here we have Gilbert, though.
Miss Flayn's whereabouts are unknown. Pray she is safe. We do not seem to have any leads at present. I am one of the suspects, am I? Well, hopefully I can lay your suspicions to rest. Do you know of my, let's call it, unique situation?
Your true identity?
I was once a knight, in service to the Fargus royal family. If Ingrid believes she saw me before, it was likely in Ferdiad, the kingdom capital. Annette is... she is my... but no. I would appreciate it, Professor, if you would ask no more.
Alright, we'll heed his request. If you just ask about Annette, he just skips directly to the Annette thing. But it does check out why Ingrid would see him before. If she's from the kingdom, he was a knight in serving the royal family.
Reflecting on it now, Flayn has always seemed a rather odd person. She appears young, yet there's something about her that seems much older than her years suggest. And she's quite wise, but also surprisingly naive.
Maybe she's actually a good. No, maybe she's lived a very sheltered life.
You might be right. Whatever the case, Seteth seems to care for her more than anything.
I mean, it's up to a brother to protect their little sister. There's nobody in here we can talk to, but I believe Seteth is sitting over to the side of where Rhea normally is. So let's talk to him about, like, just to hear how he's dealing with this. The answer is almost guaranteed to be not well, considering that he really does care for Flayn above all else. But let's at least talk to him. I will find her, I swear.
That is all I can ask. Please, lend me your aid. She would never have left the monastery of her own volition. Why is there not a trace of her to be found?
That is really strange. Let's talk to Ash because he's over here and he's the only person here we need to talk to. Also now, while I'm running up to Ash, I'm going to put up whose rooms have certain interesting things in them. So I'm going to put that up, but I don't know if there is. Anyway, off screen I'll also check that.
I heard something like this happened last year, too. Neither the culprit nor the missing student were ever found last time. Some people say it was the work of evil spirits.
Then it could be the same culprit.
I thought the same. Could there be a connection?
Some puzzle pieces are starting to align. I believe, yeah, that's everyone Edelgard wanted us to talk to, so let's talk to her.
Professor, I knew I could count on you.
Gathering clues about Flayn's whereabouts by talking. Oh, never mind. We already read that earlier. Yuritsa is certainly suspicious. Let's ask him directly what he knows. I think he might be at the training grounds, perhaps his quarters. We get a steel axe.
Manuela ran off with Yuritsa's mask? We'll have to speak with both of them. But where could Manuela be? Yuritsa is likely at the training grounds, or in his quarters on the eastern side of the Knight's Hall.
That is likely where he is. But we have another quest to do over there, and I can see I have some time to do so. So I'm going to quickly do this quest. I believe it's giving a letter to Sylvain.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
Oh no, it's giving a letter to Cyril. So let's go over, find Cyril, and give this letter to him. And then we're going to be checking around for Yuritsa. Where is he? Oh, he's back here. Hey Cyril, I have something for you.
Alois.
Gifts. It is. So you can see that there's the normal gifts and then there's the quest gifts. So we can just give him this. And then down here, you know what? Before we do anything else, let us go over here and talk to this person here who has. Oh no, that's just Linhart. We can give them the item. We can also give Bernadetta the item, but I believe both of them have full motivation. Let's go to the greenhouse, get those herbs that Marianne wanted us to get for the horses. Return them to her, and then return the, nope. You know what? Going to the sauna is probably the fastest way to do this. Let us go over to...
Impressive. Nice work.
We turn the quest here. And then we have a quest from Marianne, who is in the cathedral. And then we're going to be going over, because we just went to the Knight's Hall and there's nobody there, so perhaps he is in the Knight's quarters and let us. So we'll go check there, right next to where Hubert is. So let us go here, Knight's Hall, and then down to the quarters. So, beyond here is Yuritsa's room. Note, the current month's activity will end, and the story will progress, all activity points will be spent, and basically the month will be skipped. I do not recommend you do that, considering that if you do that, the month ends, and you basically give up all opportunities to do auxiliary battles, train up your get the motivation up of your students, and I don't believe that there's anything nice you get out of that, like a special item. You just get some, like, extra dialogue. But, I'll be, next time, we'll be going over and seeing what is up with, what is up behind here, and seeing everything that is going to be lurking for us. Off camera, I'm going to be going through all the rooms and when we talk to Ash, and I'll have put up whose room has something in it. And also I'll be bumping up the motivation of my students. Anyway, see you guys then.